Sebastian Metal Martinez, MMAnytt here in Houston, Texas for UFC 192, where Rose Namajunas faces off with Angela Overkill Hill. So, Rose, first of all, your nickname, Thug. For those who aren't aware, could you just sort of explain the origins of your thuggish nickname?
It's just a nickname, Obviously, that's just the attitude and the passion that I bring into the cage. I don't back down from nobody, and it's just a product of my upbringing and my attitude. Is what I had to develop in order to defend myself and what I went through. So it kind of carried over into my fighting, and I fight like a crazy thug.
Yeah, that's a pretty good description. However, outside of a cage, you're not really a thug. You're a pretty nice person. I think a lot of people would be surprised if you told them that you were a fighter. But at what point do you go about sort of what they call flipping the switch? When you go from being, just normal Rose to being fighter Rose?
Yeah, obviously outside of the cage, obviously what it appears to be is just a pretty girl with some pigtails and just looks nice, but I always am ready. I'm always, just from what I've been through, I know that anything at this moment can happen. I know somebody can run in here and start shooting everybody up. That's just something that can happen. So for me, it's not turning on the switch, it's always on. My alerts is always flipped on, and then I just have a calm presence, and so when I get into the cage, you don't see me snarling or anything like that. I just have a plain blank face. It's just I'm just always ready.
Now, your bout with Angela Hill is, on paper, a pretty exciting one. Both of you have pretty exciting styles, but I think some people were surprised that in terms of rankings, you're quite a bit above her. When you first got the matchup, did you feel that was a solid matchup, or was that the first fight that you were offered?
I think it's a great matchup for me. Obviously, it's a great fight for me to just get in there and get some experience, and just she's a tough opponent. So for me, the rankings don't really matter. They're gonna jump around and stuff like that. I don't think that the rankings are wrong necessarily, but you can always make a justification for a different type of number. There's so many factors that go into it, so I don't really pay attention to it too much, but I highly respect Angela Hill. Regardless of what her ranking might be, she's a dangerous opponent no matter what, so I'm ready.
And where do you feel she presents the most dangers?
For her, she's just got this intense aggression that she has about herself, and she's very she's just got this will that she's gonna go in there and just put her heart out there. So, and she stalks her opponents, and she kind of just plots forward, and she's got that aggressive kickboxer mentality, and that's why I always like training with her, just because she always goes hard. She's got that attitude, and I got the attitude plus the skill, so I'm ready to just challenge her for that.
And what's it like fighting someone that you have trained with before, you sort of putting the friendship aside?
Yeah, it makes me more comfortable, I know kind of what to expect. Obviously, you always want to be ready for anything, but it kind of narrows down the possibilities. So I'm really looking forward to it, and it's not like I don't need to hate somebody in order to fight them. I can fight my brother. I can fight anybody. It don't matter. It's just fun for me. So to have that camaraderie is even better for me, because I'm not going in there with any ill will or anything like that, or bad feelings or negative feelings.
Now, you were one of the contestants on The Ultimate Fighter. Unfortunately, you didn't win, but you made it to the finals. But that whole experience of being in the famous Ultimate Fighter house, training with so many of the division's best, how much do you feel like that experience helped you as a fighter overall?
I think it definitely gave me that experience under my belt. Obviously, I've fast tracked a lot. Up into the highest level very fast in a very young age, so all the experience in the world is going to be best for me. It's just a lot being thrown at me at once, and it was just cool to just see how I could deal with that. I had the utmost confidence in that fight, but looking back on it, I wasn't necessarily prepared the way that I am now. So I'm just way more excited just to have that as a learning experience, have that behind me, and just move on forward from here on out.
All right, and on Saturday night, what would you say is the key to victory for you for defeating Angela?
Well, first, establishing timing, distance, range. Once I get those things down, just controlling her and controlling the fight and breaking her spirit. And once I have control and I stay patient and relaxed, then that finish will present itself rather than forcing it. It's like going fishing, and you reel in slowly versus just jumping in the water and scaring all the fish. So I just got to be patient and stay calm.
That's true. It is a pretty terrible way of fishing, so that's a good analogy. And do you have any? Because obviously you got pretty known for your few second submissions in Invicta, where you just tapped them out really quickly. But do you have a preference, really? Like, would you prefer tap or maybe knockout?
I don't know. I'm a fan of both. Obviously, I really like jiu-jitsu. I'm really starting to become more of a fan of, in particular, boxing, more than anything else. Obviously, I came from Taekwondo, which is my first love and my first, just, I guess, love, of the sport. But, yeah, I've grown to be a submissions specialist, but now I'm kind of looking for the knockout. So, yeah. I love all of them.
Yeah. So maybe fans, you think they should be expecting a finish on Saturday night?
I think so. Yes. I think as long as I think that I will break Angela's spirit, and soon after you will see the finish.
And if you look online, social media, stuff like that, you have a lot of really passionate fans. A lot of fans really like you, and rightfully so. What's your message for fans who have been with you from day one?
Oh, just thank you for supporting. This sport has just grown phenomenally fast, especially for women's MMA. I understand, it's especially jumping onto women's MMA. There's a lot of people that were kind of iffy about it at first, but to see everybody just showing the love and people just sitting here waiting for autographs and stuff like that, it's awesome, and it keeps me motivated. So thank you.
All right. Well, thank you very much for the time. We look forward to the fight.
Yeah, thank you so much.